Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Business Growth Show, where we talk about all components of business and how to utilize them for exponential growth. My name is Athin Cassiotis. I'm a serial entrepreneur, international speaker, results strategist, business coach, mentor, and consultant. Today, I have an awesome guest. He is the founder of Sydney's leading paint company, Paint and Decorate, which has won over 30 painting industry awards for providing painting service excellence to his customers. He has also been featured in many magazines. Welcome, Tony Isgrove, and thank you for being on my show.
Hey, Athin, thanks for having me on the Business Growth Show, mate. That's awesome. I'm honored.
Yeah, awesome to have you here, mate. It's amazing, and you're an amazing bloke. And I'm sure we're going to provide huge amounts of value for all the listeners here today. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, you're a very successful entrepreneur. So for those people who don't know who you are, please introduce yourself by telling us about you and your journey.
Yeah, probably started when I was about 12, my little entrepreneurship, I think. Back when I put an ad in the North Shore Times, or maybe a few little leaflets around the neighbourhood. And I used to go, weeding and mowing lawns for people, jump on my bike and ride around the neighbourhood and do that after school on weekends. So yeah, that was probably where it first started. And then, I did a few different jobs, but finally got into painting with my dad. My dad was a painter. His brother was a painter. And I think quite a few of the family were painters. So yeah, I started off with my dad, and it's probably about 16. Oh, no, actually, no, it was about 18 at the time after I kind of changed careers. I was in the pool business. And yeah, just started working with my dad and working with my uncle. And yeah, I decided probably after working for my dad for 2 years, I'd had enough of that. So I put an ad in the local paper and just started buying a few ladders and a van and all that type of thing. And went out on my own and built the business up over the years. And I think my brother was my first employee. And then started employing another one. And yeah, so it's gone a bit crazy. We're up to about 57 now or something like that. So yeah, along the way, we've learned lots of things and learned what to do and what not to do. And I'm still learning every day, even learned today. So it's been fun. Obviously challenging at times, but been a fun journey. And, I've obviously been successful and live a great life because of it, So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I love that. It's an amazing story, and to build a business to over 50 employees and do all of those things is an amazing feat, definitely for anybody that's in business. So that's awesome, and I love how you say that you're always learning, which is the mindset that we should always have in life. We never know everything, so
absolutely.
That's I really love that you said that as well, and I guess you've come a long way, like you said, and there's been a lot of challenges. So if we go back towards the start of, when you started, you trade business, paint and decorate. What do you think the biggest challenge was at the start?
Probably the biggest challenge from the start for me was finding work. But I found, and funny because I'm always kind of not worried, but maybe concerned about how the work will come in, especially now with 50 odd people. But, and I learned probably from more people I employed, like learning different things off them. And I think the number one was, which possibly my dad didn't really do, was just doing a quality job, So that's how we really have grown the business from quality. And that way, obviously, you get referrals from your clients. Way back, I used to think, I haven't got any work for the next couple of weeks, so I'll put an ad in the paper. But that wasn't really the answer because you didn't necessarily get any phone calls. So I thought from that time, just really look after your clients. And it's nice actually because it was only last week or so, and I went to a job and we painted the external of the building like 7 years ago. And this lady said, Tony, you have such a good reputation. I'm going, oh, really? She goes, yes, you have. I'm going, oh, well, I mean, obviously I kind of know that, but to hear someone say that is pretty amazing. And I go, oh yeah, well that's nice. I just think that was really nice. So yeah, quality is certainly up there.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that. And yeah, definitely in the trade space, whether it's painting or anything else, quality and everything like that. Because especially if once you have a not so good experience with someone, then you can definitely do that. And it's a testament to you to, that thing where they say you've got a great reputation and that, allows you to attract great people. And when they need painting again, because obviously paint doesn't last forever as well. It lasts for a long period of time.
Exactly. Yeah. And like when I started the business, however long ago, like it was 30 something years ago, we still have some of those clients, and if not some of those clients, referrals from those clients and those clients. So yeah, that's, it's pretty much 99% referral based. So you have to do a good job. Otherwise people don't refer you, do that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. I love that. And I guess, I know you said quality, which is amazing, and then that brings you the referrals. So that was a really awesome point there. And I think, from what I see anyway, great to hear it from your point of view. When someone's at the early stage of their trade business, and normally, they bring on apprentices, at least one to begin with, right, to get someone in for a low cost and build their skills up, and then potentially also use subcontractors at the start because they've got a little bit of excess work that they want to farm out and things like that. So how do they, or yourself, to make the decision to begin like hiring employees? Like where's, I guess the sweet spot, or how is it a good way to make that decision?
Yeah, I probably get asked that quite a bit from tradies building their businesses. So that's a great question. I think you have to, obviously you need the work there, but I think really if you get the guys, the work it just seems to come, you know what I mean? It's a funny thing. And especially if you can get good guys, and if you have the opportunity to have not guys, but, girl apprentices as well, or employees, to always be looking for great people. I'm sure you've heard that before, but it's so true. Always looking for A players and B players. And if you can get those great people, I've had guys working for me. One guy was with me for 18 years and he was such a great asset to the business. I chased him from the start, and I just learned so much off him, and now I've got guys that have been with me for 14, 15 years. So I think if you get the right people, they'll help you grow the business. And the work will flow automatically because you don't have to worry about a lot of other stuff that you're maybe concerned or worried about then,
Yeah. I love that. Back yourself type of thing, in terms of getting the people in and
I think that's the fear that people have, is like, how do I employ my first person? Like, and even my first accountant, he said, "Oh, I don't ever employ anyone. That's crazy doing that type of thing." And I just believed him, until I moved to the next accountant or otherwise got coaches and read books, and it expanded your mind how, to take away those fears. So it probably is a fear for people, and like it is in a lot of aspects of business, to, just go out and give it a go, because I think pretty much it's going to work for you.
Yeah, I love that.
As long as you get the right people, and you're always going to learn off those people. I'm still, as I said, learning every day, and from your employees and your team, you're always learning, which is a great thing.
Yeah, beautiful. Such amazing points, and you're right. Getting the right people is important in any business, and I think that also sort of comes into the company culture as well, about what you want to do. So, how important to you is building that company culture, I guess, to build that sustainable business and to attract those people and really help you grow it in that way as well.
Yeah. So I think it's an amazing thing to have a company culture. It's probably something that I've only been doing or thinking about and trying to teach my team for the last probably 3 or 4 years. Again, from a book that I read, and it's just to get everyone in line and to know where you're heading. Like for us, we have our company culture, our core values, teamwork, reliability, safety, and also customer service. So, and obviously it's nice to employ people around those core values. It's not always that easy with painting. We don't have the resources that, it's difficult to find painters. But and I do go around and talk to my guys as much as I can, and they, just last week they said it's great because everything's so safe here, so obviously that part of it's working, and they do like the teamwork as well. So, and we do try, and we have a private Facebook group, so we do kind of, we get referrals and we go, oh, great teamwork, great this, and the guys are posting stuff, and it's all around our core values. So it's just it is a really nice thing to have to grow a team, and it's definitely an ongoing thing. We're nowhere near there, but it's just a matter of that keeping on pushing with that culture. I think it's very important to have that. And from when we started, we got all the team together. It wasn't just something that I thought of. It was a matter of getting the team together and say, what are our core values going to be? So it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, I really love that you you brought in those values, and also, like you said, bringing what the team wants. It wasn't just necessarily a top-down thing, because culture is, together you're all on for a specific mission, right? Of
Exactly.
helping a lot of people in what your business does, and so that's really awesome. And I love the private Facebook group as well. That's an amazing thing. It's how can you facilitate the patting on the back, so to speak, if you're not necessarily seeing everybody in the office, especially in your type of business where you've got a lot of people out, on jobs that have been in office. So you've got to be able to foster that culture in a different way. So that's an amazing way. Yeah,
it is a good way to build culture through that. It's just like it's part of Facebook. It's called Workplace. You probably heard of it, but and today, like one of the guys posted a video that he got off a client, how, he's actually really good at doing this. Every job he gets one. And I encourage the guys to do it, but it's like, again, it's not easy for you to come up to the client, but she was absolutely wrapped, and her house looked amazing. And she's been told that in this video that she now has the best house in the street, so that was a really cool thing. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, awesome, mate. I love that. And yeah, to see that in the group and in the videos and those results, what you hear from people, that's awesome. I love it. And I guess like what you're talking about, it's all linked to that customer experience, right? And it's not just customer service these days. We've got to think about it as customer experience on how they experience, everything in your business. So how do you improve that in that area to make sure that they really enjoy what you do?
Yeah. Well, we do it. We're always trying different ways of doing it. One thing that we started recently was a thing called a golden envelope. So when we rock up to a job, our client gets a golden envelope. They go, wow, what's this? So, not many tradies would do that type of thing or even think of that, I don't think. But so in that, they have a checklist that we use to go through everything at the end of the job. So they've got that the day they start. So this, we let them know this is what we're going to do at the end of the job. We're going to go through this checklist. So just if anything pops up along the way and you want to talk about it. So yeah, at the end of the job, we just walk through everything. Just as long as they're happy, make sure they're happy with everything before they leave. And yeah, at the end of it, we also ask them for a review, like a Google review. So it's also a good way of getting some Google reviews. But apart from that, it's just focusing whatever we can do to make that client experience better, and using our systems to make that whole experience the same for everyone. And it's still a work in progress, you know, like we can keep talking about these things, and it's just a matter of everyone getting it and using it. And I mean, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination at the moment, but yeah, it's you just have to keep putting the time into it, into your team and your team leaders. You know, we have regular meetings, so just they know that our biggest focus is for our clients. So yeah, definitely a work in progress.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. I love that. It reminds me a little bit about Willy Wonka with the golden ticket, but it's a golden envelope in that way.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I think it's I think that's business in general, right? In terms of strategy, where you got to be different, whatever it is, right? Whether it's a golden envelope or something else, depending on the type of business, you got to make it good and put yourself out. So that I'm sure that's one of many things that you know, you do. And like you said, we build it over time. It's not like you rock up at day one and you think of all these things. It's a thing that we grow on. So yeah, I really love that, mate. That's awesome. And yeah, getting those, especially in your type, you know, in the trade type businesses like your painting is, it's really important for Google reviews as well, because a lot of people do look at online going, okay, if it's not, or if they get the referral, like you say, then they might just go, okay, let me just double check just what Google says or something like that. Oh, they got really good ratings and they got a lot of them. And that just is that logical check.
Yeah, it's a bit scary how, you know, we do really look at stuff with those Google reviews, you know, obviously, especially going with a restaurant or something like that. But do notice the more Google reviews we get, the more, you know, we ask our clients where they got our name from. I mean, I say it's mostly by referral, but you're getting more and more Google reviews. You know, I think we actually had 2 quote requests from Google reviews even today. So yeah, it's obviously working. We've got 51 5-star reviews now. So
yeah, awesome, mate. That's awesome. That's what you want, and I'm sure it'll continue to grow with what you guys are doing. You've got the longevity and the great quality and experience there. So it's just more about, asking the question, so to speak, and getting it there. So,
exactly.
Yeah, love it. And I guess, you know, at the same time, obviously, you're building your own business and things like that. But in general, there's also partnerships, right, which can help to grow businesses and things like that. So have you looked at that to be able to create some importance, I guess, in helping you to build your business as well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I suppose one of the ways, or the probably main one reason how my business started and how we got into strata. So, you know, strata painting, residential home units, high density units, is through my Dulux rep. So I had a great, awesome rep many years ago, and he used to come around with these specifications, and it was a real good introduction to strata managers. So otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gone out there knocking on doors. I didn't really even know what a strata manager was, you know, I honestly didn't. And he got me in the door. So we're doing quotes for these strata managers, and before you know it, they're kind of coming directly to you because they realize that you do have a pretty good service. And yeah, so now, you know, now we do work for like 30 odd strata managers, and just from his help there, but from now, so now we're helping the strata managers out. Like, we've got a great relationship with them. So there's another arm of it, you know, because I'd hate to be a strata manager. They just get complaints all day. I'm sure that's all they do. Like, people ring out complaining, they want stuff fixed and whatever. But yeah, so if we can make their life easier, like even once we get the job, we just take over the whole thing, you know. So whether it's notifying their residents or whatever, and just give the whole experience. Like, so then, you know, all the committee comes back and, oh, they were great, thanks for recommending them. So that, you know, makes them look good too. So yeah, building relationships is so important. Yeah, it is so important. And, you know, it's once you've got that kind of flow, you can go into other strata managers and say, oh, they can see, have that experience as well. So it's a bit more easy to get in. But yeah, if it wasn't for that rep, we wouldn't be sitting here today, because he's really put me out there. It was just, you never know, do you, from making a phone call or from someone that you meet, how far you can go with that. And some people say it's luck, but it's a lot of hard work too, obviously.
Yeah. I love that, mate. And like JT says, it only takes one person, one opportunity, right, to change your life and your business. And in that respect, you've always got to be open to the opportunity. You got to see, you never know where it's going to come up. And and like you said, building those relationships. I think relationships is everything in business, and you never know where it's going to come from, whether it's a direct relationship or whether it's an indirect relationship with somebody else.
Actually, I did meet this guy through one of JT's catch-ups, and he was an ex-painter, and he was managing this a massive complex in Sydney at Meadowbank, and he goes, "Oh, mate, I really want you to get in here," and he did, and it's just from that one relationship, it's turned into a $600,000 job. So yeah, that was really good too. He's moved to another company now, and he's getting us into that one too. So yeah, that's a really nice feeling.
That's it, mate. I love that. Look at that. Like one relationship, one 600K job. That's a big number for any business, no matter how big or small.
Yeah, it's the biggest job I've ever had. So yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, you keep nurturing that and building that relationship, and even more can come from that as well. Yeah. So
which reminds me, I should take him out to lunch. We've been talking about it for so long. I have to nail that one down. I just made myself a note. Call Roger. There you go.
That's it. I think it's a good time of the year as well right now. It's around the new year time as well to make it happen for starting off the new year strong too. So
exactly.
I love that, mate. Make it happen. It's always good. So, and I guess I like before, like how you said that it went from one to the other, and that's what got you into that space. And I guess you'd likely now provide a variety of services as well, right? In terms of what you do. So did it sort of start like that from the start, where you did a variety of things, or did you sort of do a couple of core competency services, and then sort of as relationships opportunities grew, then you sort of build them out as your business grew as well?
I think, obviously just started out with a few ladders and whatever, but as you have to grow, and then you maybe quote these jobs and think, how the hell am I going to do this? But, and you get the job and go, now I'm going to have to find out how I'm going to do this. So, yeah, and, it's a great way of learning. We have added like a house washing side to the business, which really helps us because we can wash down all our paint jobs first, and then we can go back and maintain jobs. But maybe painting's painting, but there's a lot of different challenges that you get, whether it could be now we do quite a bit of abseiling on jobs, which we would obviously never do before, but that can save our clients a lot of money over scaffold. We use a lot of scaffold as well. But I think if you get that opportunity to have a go at something and not being scared to do it, just go for it. I think it's probably kept me up awake a lot at night. But you're thinking how you're going to do these things. But you get there.
Yeah, I love it, mate. And it sort of goes a bit back to that fear thing before about not worrying about the fear and just backing yourself. And I think Richard Branson said it well, where it's, say yes and work out the how after. And that's normally like how you build a business. Because if you stay in your zone, in your, comfort zone and everything like that, then you're not necessarily going to be able to grow. And then once you do it once, and whether or not it might not necessarily be perfect, and things are never exactly perfect, but then as long as you do a great job overall, and then you take some learnings from that, and then you just move from there. So,
do the fear course on Millionaire Flicks, I think JT would say. The one, it's really good.
Yeah, it is definitely. JT's got some awesome stuff on Netflix as well. There's so many awesome content, and obviously, we're on here as well with the Business Growth Show, and so much awesome value. And I think what JT provides in there is it's basically everything, right? On depending on whatever you want in business, and I think what JT talks about, and you probably would have built this over time, is a lot of people say like focus on your strengths, but I like what JT says is normally your weaknesses are the things that hold you back. So find out what they are, and look at the Millionaire Fix course and focus on them, because that's what's really going to help you to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Focus on your weaknesses. That's it.
Yeah, love it, mate. So I guess one thing I probably want to say is also about coaching and mentoring. So how important has coaching, mentoring been for you in business, and how has it helped you to what you've had to achieve and grow?
Has it helped my business? Yeah. I had my first coach probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and I at least doubled my business since in that time. So just great to have a mentor or someone keeping you accountable, So I remember one of the first things I did from him was I was scared to take on someone like a receptionist in the office, and just saved me so much time by doing that. But just taking that next step, just learning different things, like I think it's like you're really being accountable, having someone making you accountable, because that next time you talk to them, the next 2 weeks later or whatever, you have to get your shit done, don't you? You just really have to do it. So it just helps you grow, and your business grow personally and business wise. And it's absolutely helped my business so much, and I would recommend anyone having a coach at any time. I suppose some people might think it's a bit strange thing to do, but if you got a business, or even if you can't afford a coach, whatever, to have a mentor. So just someone, just a mate or someone who's in business as well, that you can be accountable every week with. Like it doesn't even have to cost you anything. Just to have someone and just make sure you get your stuff done, and it helps them out as well if you've got that mentor. It's a really nice thing to do, actually.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I love that, and accountability is everything. And like as us humans, we can't make ourselves accountable for things. It's like a flaw in our design, and we need that other person to really help us do that. And
I've got actually a tradie mate, and we started doing it. He's in Perth. He started about 6 weeks ago, and he has got, it's not a big business. No, he's just starting out, and he's just employing like his third guy. But it's amazing too. I can't believe where that week's gone, It's just, it's been really fun, and it's fun just keeping in touch with someone like that, and we're helping each other out, So it's nice. That's
awesome, mate. And I think what that sort of comes down to as well is, and it fits into that, is like, you're sort of 1/5 of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So that, those relationships, the people you're around, whether that's like somebody like it's in your same actual area of business, like the one you just mentioned, which is awesome, or also the people that, are in your close-knit circle, it's really important of who they are as well, right? Because the coach and mentor can help you with a lot of things, with strategy, with accountability, and things like that. But at the same time, you've also got to look in your own backyard and go, who am I spending time with? Because if you have that one person that's really negative in your life and things that's potentially putting you down, then that can really be undoing a lot of the good work that the coach or mentor is helping you with, or just your own good work and things like that. So Yeah,
exactly. It's not like and sometimes it's like not getting that next person, which I just talked about. It's getting rid of that toxic person that you have around, which is, it's not a nice thing to do, to have to tell someone, that they have to go. But if you've got someone making you accountable for that, and then it gives you more of a challenge, or hopefully make sure you do that. And obviously you're better off without them, like, even though you may have known them or be friends, or they've been working for you forever, it helps you doing those things that you don't like as well. So
yeah, definitely, mate. It's a thing that you sort of gotta grow some, whatever you call them, and make that decision at some point, then, and not worry about the judgment, and worry about that, and have that conversation. So I love that. And I guess probably something else I want to add is, like, there's always challenges, like you've talked about, right, in your business. So what has been your biggest business failure, one of them, and I guess how did you overcome that?
Maybe I never did overcome it, but there's always a challenge for us, finding the right people, the right painters. We're just constantly advertising, and you can't, like, painters will say they're fabulous. Like, one guy actually started today. He said he had 20 years experience. Then he told my guy when he had got there today, he had no experience, so, but I've employed some guys, and I probably should have not kept them on. And then they've had an accident and gone on workers' comp, and they've cost so much money, it's not funny. So, but that I should have learned myself, like, if I'd not have, they didn't feel right fit from the start. So, but that's all just part of the challenge of having a business. So yeah, that is a big challenge. Like, sometimes clients aren't very nice, but you learn by that too. It's I had a client today that wasn't very nice, but I've learned to handle these people along the way as well. And so yeah, it's just experience every day I'm learning something. I've definitely learned so much today. So yeah, it's all fun.
Definitely, mate. I think that's it's an interesting point, and it sort of goes back to trusting your gut instincts or your intuition, whatever you call it, on those things, on those feelings. But it never goes perfectly, and it's just to showcase to everyone that Tony's got an amazingly successful business, but there are a lot of hills on the way. It's not all up and up, right? And you've got to be able to work through those challenges as they go there. So
exactly.
And I guess maybe finally, like what one key piece of advice would you give to all of the entrepreneurs listening today?
Probably heard it all before, but never give up. Just never, ever, ever, ever give up, So yeah, no matter what challenge you have, and you think, I can't do this anymore, just keep going. Just have a talk to someone, but always be learning. Like, for me, it's like always listening or reading books, so always learning something. And yeah, never give up. And if you have a problem with something, if you don't have a coach, you can pick up a book and teach yourself something, whatever it may be, or listen to a podcast or whatever. So yeah, that's my little bit of advice.
Definitely, mate. I love that. It's definitely the way you got to do it. And if we never give up and quit, then we're going to succeed. It's a matter of fact. So push through on that. So I love that, Tony. So we connected through our networks. We're always happy to help others in need. So I'm very grateful that we connected, and look forward to working with you in the future as well.
Thanks, Athin. I loved every minute of it, mate. It went really quick.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Hey, time flies. We could probably talk for hours, but I'm not sure if everybody would stay on a listing for that long. But
exactly.
we'll keep it to the gold and the short and sweet today with everything that's happened. So, thank you so much for your time today, Tony. I'm sure many people have greatly benefited from your valuable wisdom. So how can people find you and get in contact with you?
They can just Google Tony Isgrove. I'm pretty famous. No, just joking. But yeah, that's probably the way. Happy for people to email me, tony@paintanddecorate.com.au, or even give me a call on my mobile, which is 0412 269 211. Happy to chat to anyone who wants to talk to me.
Awesome, mate. I love it. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to this show where we talk about everything on business growth. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram as Athin Cassiotis, or visit my website, athincassiotis.com. I completely agree with you, or do I? The only way we know is if you tune in next time. So until next time, remember that our business grows when we learn skills and take action using them in spite of fear. Have a great day.